Now, before we talk about our next postulate, let's talk about, or I remind you with the meaning of angle. What's the meaning of angle?
The
Again,
angle is the corners in.
Here, what's the angle? Oh, if I want to draw an angle, what do I need?
three angles or three sides.
I need two sides only.
The
If
sides
these
should
sides
be
are intersecting in one point, okay, and so, and I'm start from one line to the ray here, I will name this one is a what? Is an angle. So now you can show, oh, before that, okay, keep this one here. He told me now, this is the, now before that, this is an angle. So the angle, if I want now to take up, to say that is an angle, I need two sides. Okay, in this postulate now, he told me that you can show a relationships between a pair of corresponding sides and that an included angle. What does it mean by included angle? That's mean if I have this triangle as an example, okay, here we have a triangle and here we have an angle and here we have an angle. Now why we name it as a triangle? That's mean it has three
angles.
three. So it has three angles. We name it as triangle. Okay. So these are three angles. He told me that if you can say that these two, sorry, if you can say that this side and also this side are congruent to the another side in the another triangle, and also the included angle that it means that the angle between these two sides are also congruent to the angle between the other two sides in the triangle, I will say that these two triangles are congruent. What does it mean? That's mean if I have this triangle and I prove that this angle, or this side, sorry, and this side are congruent and this angle is congruent, does it mean that the two triangles are congruent?
Yes.
No, I will repeat. Wait.
Yes.
No. I will repeat my question. I told you that if I have this triangle and this triangle, in my postulate here, he told me that if you prove that, why we name it with SAS? SAS, that's mean
Side angle side.
side, angle, side, side, angle, side. That's mean if I have two sides and these two sides have an an included angle between them, I will say that this triangle is congruent to the another triangle, our triangle 1 with triangle 2. Okay, the angle here must be included. What does it mean by included? That their sides, this angle, which I told you that each angle, it must has two sides. Their two sides are my congruent sides. So if I need to prove that these two sides are congruent, I need a side and an angle between them. If I say now that I have these two triangles now, look at this triangle and this triangle as an example. Okay, if I told you now this side is congruent to this side, and this side is congruent to this side, where will be the third angle? Where it have to be? The third angle, where it has to be?
Here
Should
between
be
It
the
must be
number
it's
one,
the
or
two
number
yellow
two, or
lines.
number three.
three.
In which one? Which one?
One.
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 Number
Thank
one.
you. So it has to be here also. Now, if these two sides and the angle between them are congruent, I can say that the two triangles are congruent. Now, if you have this triangle and this triangle also, and I will tell you that this one is congruent with this one, and this one is congruent to this one. Now, and here we have three angles, 1, 2, and 3. Which angle is I need to say that they are congruent?
Three.
Angle 3 only. Did I need angle 1 or angle 2?
No.
No. Type. Okay. Now, if I told you now, if you have now these two triangles, sorry, this triangle and this triangle, and I told you here now, this side is congruent to this side, and this side is congruent to this side, and this angle is congruent to this angle. Can I say that these two triangles are congruent?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No. And we
No.
No, it's not.
we
Why
must
no?
prove.
Because the angle should be there, up there.
Thank you. It should be here. Thank you so much. It should be the included angle. It should be between these two sides. Okay, now. So, my second postulate here, which name is SAS, side angle side. It tells me that if two sides and the included angle of one triangle, if two sides, if two sides and an included angle of one triangle is congruent to the two sides and the two included angle of the other triangle, so I will say that these two triangles are congruent. Like this example here. Let's draw it now. Here you have A, B, and C, and D, E, and F. Now, if AB is congruent to DE and AC is congruent to DF, okay, what do I need now? I need an angle between them. Why? Because I use SAS. I need this angle which are included between them. If I prove now this angle, which name it as angle A, is congruent to angle D, so I will say that this triangle is congruent to the another triangle. If I use SAS. If you use now so if I use SAS and I have two sides only, I need to what? I need an angle that comes between them. If you have, or if you use the postulate SSS and you prove two sides, what did you need now to say that these two triangles are congruent?
I need one side also.
I need the third side. Thank you. So here, if you use SSS and you prove that these two sides are congruent, you need to prove the third side. But if you use the postulate SAS and you prove, or you have two sides are congruent, you need only the angle between them. Is it clear now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's have this example now. Here now, you have these two triangles, DEF and FGD. I want you now to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So I need now to prove that these two are congruent. Now, EF, side EF is congruent to what?
GG.
To DG.
GD. No,
Yes,
sorry.
GD.
DF with a G, like the previous example. How can you redraw it? They are not corresponding to each other, because the first triangle is DEF and the second triangle is FGD.
FGD.
So because of that, I will say that EF is corresponding to
GD.
They are corresponding, so they are congruent. Okay. Here I'm working about SAS. I prove only one side are congruent. Do they have any information, or can I say that FG, can I say it's congruent to DE?
No.
Why no? It was
No.
not given. He didn't tell me. If he told me in the graph, I can say okay, but he didn't tell me in the graph. Can I say DF is a congruent?
Yes, because it's a reflexive property.
Thank you. I can say it's congruent. So I prove now two sides. What about the angle? Do they have any information about the angle here?
No.
No.
No. So because no, there's no information about an angle EFT and angle GFD. There's no information about them. So because of that, I cannot say that the triangle DEF is congruent to the triangle FGD. So I will tell the author here, next time, please tell me the information about these angles. If you tell me the information about them, I will prove that your triangles are congruent. But until now, you didn't give me any information, so I cannot help you and say that your two triangles are congruent. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Now got it too.
Yes, teacher.
Look at this one here now. What other information do you need to prove that the triangle LEB So here we have this triangle L E B and the another triangle, its name is B and L. I start like this, L E B, so B and L. Okay, now for this one here, he told me that the angle L is congruent to angle B. Okay, so now from this one here, I need to prove by SAS. So what did I need? How many sides?
2 sides and
Two
1
sides
angle.
and one angle. Is there an angle here? Did they have any information about the angle?
Yes, it is
Yes.
L and
He
B.
told me that the angle L is congruent to the angle B. It's given. Okay, so the angle, I finished it. Now, what about the side? Now,
LB.
for this, before that, I ask myself, for this triangle, for this second triangle, and for this angle, I need this side and this side only. If I prove that these two sides are congruent to the another side in the another triangle, I will say that I congruent. Okay, so I want, since I have this angle, I want to check this side and this side only. This one and this one, it doesn't help me. Even though he told me they are congruent, it doesn't make any sense for me. I need only NB and BL. Okay? I need only these two sides only. That they are the sides of the angle.
Teacher, there's not enough information.
Math.
Yes, there's not enough
Yes,
information for the
Thank
other
you.
one.
Now for the LB, can I say that LB is congruent to LB?
Yes,
Yes,
because it's a reflexive property.
because of the reflexive property. Thank you.
Math, there is something I want to ask you about it.
For this question,
No, the SAS is the same like SSS.
no.
But there's
SSS, that
no.
means three sides. SAS, that means two sides and one angle.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, fine. Now
Yeah,
look at
okay.
the last.
Okay.
This is your question? Is this your question? Yes, Huda, is this your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Now look at this side and this side. Did I have any information about them?
No.
No. So there's
No,
no
there's not enough information.
given, or there's no given or enough information. So I cannot say that triangle LEB is congruent to the triangle B and L.
Teacher,
Now,
but there's 2 sides and there's an angle.
what are the other side?
The LA and the BN.
No, do you have any information about them? Do you have this sign? How would you know? Look at this, the rectangle here, the two triangles above. Did he tell you that this, sorry. Did he have tell you that like this? Did he tell you that EL is congruent to NB? Did he tell you this one? Did you have any information here in the question that tell you that EL is congruent to NB?
No.
No, so I will not say that they are congruent. If he told me that, okay. In here, I need two things. If it's given, I will say it is congruent. If it is reflexive property, I will say it's congruent. Either not reflective, not given, I cannot say it is congruent.
Okay.
Okay?
Because teacher, the side of LB doesn't matter, يعني we don't,
Sorry?
it's useless. The side of LB is congruent to LB. It's useless
Yes.
because the sides that have the angles is not found
Yes, thank
or
you.
it's not given. So not say that the angles are congruent.
Yes, thank you. So, okay, now now here, as you see, here now you have in your book, page 230. Okay, here now.
Excuse me, ma'am. Before you start with this sa- with this question, is problem 3 with us?
Yes, but tomorrow I will complete it.
Okay.
But today, just like explain problem 1 and 2, I want to solve a question related to it as a more practice. Tomorrow we will talk about problem 3 and you will solve a question related to it. So because of that, today you will not have a homework. Tomorrow you will have, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Now here, practice and problem solving exercises, page 230. For here, he told me that in this triangle, that JK, where's JK? This one, is congruent to LM, and JM is congruent to LK. What did you have to write in number A? JM is congruent to LK. Why? Who can tell me?
It's wait, teacher, I'm seeing. It's given.
Thank you. So A, So because of that, in A, I wrote it's given. Okay. Now, what about KM and KM? Because of what? I don't want Farah. I want Jana.
Reflexive property.
Reflexive property. Thank you. Because of reflexive property. Congruence. Okay. The second one here now. So after that, after I say, I said that JK is congruent to LM, JM is congruent to LK, and KM is congruent to to KM also. So what does it mean? What I have to write down because of SSS? That means which triangle is congruent to which triangle?
Again, miss?
Now, here I said JK is congruent to LM. Okay? And
Okay.
JM is congruent to LK. And KM because is congruent to KM because of reflexive property. So what I can conclude?
That triangle JKM is congruent to triangle
MK and LK is congruent to each other.
Thank you. These two triangles are congruent. So because of that, I can write here as triangle JKM is congruent to the triangle LMK. Because of SSS, I prove three sides are congruent. So because of that, the postulate tell me that these two triangles are congruent. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Who want to ask me?
Me, Farah.
Yes, Farah.
And teacher, in the previous lesson, the 4 questions that you gave us, I mean the 3 questions, one of the questions which was question number 38. How can I find what is A? And the length of the two congruent angles?
Yes, teacher, these questions, I did not understand them very well.
Me too. I didn't know how to solve it.
Okay. Tomorrow, can you remind me to resolve them? Okay. After we
Okay.
problem 3, remind me to solve them. Okay.
Okay. After problem 3. Problem.
Okay. Now let's talk about number 9. In number 9 here, where's number 9? The question here. You have I want to. Dana Osama is not with you, is right? Dana Uthman.
Yes, miss.
No, Dana Osama is in grade 12, not here. Okay.
No, me.
You are Dana Osama?
No, Dana Uthman. Or Dana.
Dana Osama is in grade 12. I don't know why she tried to enter now. Now, here now, given that IE or line segments IE is congruent to GH and EF is congruent to FH and F is a midpoint of GI. I want you to prove that the triangle EFI is congruent to the triangle HFG. I will. Now let's draw here. Here we have this one and here. Here you have G, H, F, E, and I. Now, from here, he told me that EI is congruent to GH. So, EI is congruent to GH. And also, he told me that EF, the line segments EF, is congruent to the line segment FH. These are given. Okay? I want you now, by the postulate SSS, to prove that these two triangles are congruent. Okay? By SSS. If you look at here now, for this one, SSS, how many sides did I need to prove?
3.
3 sides.
Thank you. So I need
3 sides.
I proved the first one, and I proved the second one. So what do I need now? I need the third one.
Third one.
The third one.
So I need now the third one. From where I bring the third one? Yes, Jen.
From GI.
IF and HF. No.
Okay.
IF and GF.
Okay, you will say that IF is congruent to GF.
GF.
Why?
From the midpoint. F because it's the midpoint. So because it's the midpoint, that it will cut the line into 2 segments which are equal.
Thank you. So here, thank you for so much. Here he told me that a point F is a midpoint. What's the meaning by midpoint? Midpoint that it divides. So angle F is a midpoint. And a midpoint is divide a segment into 2 halves line segment. Okay, that's mean if I have this side, sorry, and its length is 10, if there's a midpoint here F, it's cut him into 2 parts. So here we'll have 5 and here we'll have 5. Is it clear?
Yes.
So the midpoint here, it cut the line into 2 equal sides, that if we have 6 as an example, here we will have 3 and here we will have 3. So what does it mean? That's mean here also in my triangle that this angle F, this point F, sorry, Ya Allah. That's mean this point F here is cut these sides into 2 halves. That's mean this side is equal to this side. Is it clear? As I told you here you have 10 centimeter as an example. If the midpoint, if I told you that this point F is a midpoint, that means it's cut the line into 2 halves. So here it will have 5 and here it will be 5. So this midpoint, it makes them equal. Here also the same. Point F is make IF is congruent to GF. Why? Because the midpoint F divides or is a midpoint. Or midpoint F divides, sorry. Divides a segment into 2 half. So now I prove 3 sides. Can I say now that the triangle EFI is congruent to the triangle HFJ?
Yes.
Yes, Miss.
Why yes?
Using the postulate SSS, side.
So yes, because I use this postulate SSS, because I prove that my 3 sides are congruent to the other 3 sides, I can say that these 2 triangles are congruent. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
Do you have any question?
No.
No.
So, Miss, every vector in the middle cut into half.
Yes. If I told you point F is a mid segment, that means it's cut the length or the segment into 2 halves.
Okay. Thank you.
So that means it makes these 2 pairs are congruent. Do you have any question now?
No.